Alright, welcome back everybody. Welcome back, welcome back. Get some talk back. Anyway, alright. Alright, we're about to start the second session of our podcast, of our discussion. This discussion is about absence of fathers. So this topic is a little more serious than what we just left. So please stay tuned in, everybody, whether you're in the room or online, stay tuned in. We need y'all a part of our conversation, alright? So I'm giving it to Tommy. Never mind, pass it to A2.
Alright, so the first off, we ask who all in here have a absent father, and it could be deceased or just not present at all, just to show him here. Alrighty. And then the second question is, do you think losing a father death-wise is a form of absent father, and why? I would say yes, I lost my father, so I feel like even not being there at all, or having my grandfather take the place into being a father of that, just, I feel like it's absent period. Even though he didn't choose that choice, it was still taken away from him, so he's still absent, and I don't have his support wise, so I would say yes. Anybody else?
I would say, I haven't lost my father, but I would say it just depends on how you look at it. Now, if they were present while they were alive, like in your life, then no, but just as them physically wise and kind of emotionally, then yeah, I would say that would count.
Anybody else?
I don't really think it counts per se, because it's like, I guess the emotion you feel afterwards, like if you lost them through like a natural circumstance, then that'd be like more of a, oh, I was sad about it. But if they just left out of your life, I feel like I'd be more mad than anything else. I wouldn't feel like the emotions I feel would be completely different from the situation.
By the way, if y'all want to share examples from personally I can, I'm comfortable with it. I would say yes and no to that, I agree. Because I would say my father, he wasn't mentally there, but he was physically there and financially there. But still, him not being here, it's like I'm still out with one parent. Why? Because he's not here. And then not just that, just my other siblings as well. And I think also it's even more harder because I've lost siblings to no violence, and then losing my father to no violence, and just losing multiple siblings and a father, you just feel like it's just absence, not there at all. Support wise.
I think it kind of, like, again, I think I'm on the yes and no spectrum because I think I'm on the yes and no spectrum of my answer because I had lost my father when I was real little, but the feeling of him being present, like, I can't really recall it too much because I was pretty much just a kid when he lived, but I do feel the absence of not only me, my mama feel it too, like also being a parent that lost somebody that helped you take care of your kids, just as well as being a kid who only now has one parent. It's a lot of responsibility, it's a lot of feelings and emotions involved in everybody's part at that point. And the death of a parent just, it's a kind of tough thing because it's not like they did just walk out of your life and just leave you there, they actually got taken from you. Versus your father actually making the choice to not want to do these things for a child that they created. So I think it is different depending on what type of situation that you're in and depending on what you do with those feelings and how you think of the situation.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. What do you guys think, a point of view on, as an absent father, death-wise and just walking away? What are your points of views on it? Like, for example, I would say, I feel like a walking away type of father is, I just feel like there's no respect given, because there's a lot of fathers here that didn't get to raise their kids because their life was taken way too soon. As far as my father had 17 kids, and when he died, he only had 14 left, and then when he passed away, it was only 12 of us. I lost 5 siblings. 4 due to gun violence and 1 due to domestic violence. So what do y'all think is y'all point of views or y'all feelings about it, even if it's not relatable to you?
Alright, so I can't relate because thankfully I have both my parents in my house. But from what I've seen with friends or even with family, their parents being deceased, it does leave like a hole in their hearts because they're like, all right, especially for a male, a black male losing their father, I can tell that they can't grow up. They feel like, all right, I was just a kid yesterday and now I'm the man of the house, and that just kind of it messes them up. But the same thing with the father walking away. My father's not in the house. He decided to leave my life. So now I'm being raised as a man of the house instead of just being raised as a young man or a young woman. So, but with the thing about father walking away, as you said, they have no, I would definitely not give them any respect. And also, I feel like they're just, I feel like this is a really old word, but a coward, that's the first word that comes to my brain. Because you could have picked any other solution. You could have picked every other solution to try to help your child out, but or help the family out. But you said, no, let me leave. So now they're just left alone with another parent who either can't relate or they're just picking up the pieces that you left behind. So,
Anybody else feel something?
I honestly think it's a struggle regardless of what the situation is, whether you lost a father due to being not here no longer physically on this earth, or whether that man just simply decided to get up and walk out of y'all's lives. It's detrimental because a mother can't do the job. She can do the job by herself, but it's much easier. There's things that a male can show his children, especially a boy, is a lot of detrimental. It's detrimental even more so if you have a son, because like I said, there are some things that that mother can't teach that boy that the father can. There's some things or some values that a mother can't instill in her daughter that a father can. It might not hit the same way that it do coming from your mom as it do hitting coming from your dad. Like, that is a vital piece of what you need in order to somewhat have a successful, healthy life growing up. You need both of your parents. Let's be real.
Anybody else? Let me form a question, I'll give it to the time, it's not over here. Is it any different than mentally him absent or physically absent or financially absent? Do you think it's a difference in all of those different categories? Because, for example, my dad, he was a physically and financial dad. He'll make sure we got the shoes and the clothes and all that, but being there mentally is not checking in. The word I love you and hugs and all that, that's showing weakness for him. So do you think it's different in the different categories?
Yes, it is a difference because physically it's like when he actually cares and he'll like get you stuff, but he won't get you everything in the world and he'll teach you things. And mentally it's like when he's there for you whenever your place is and he's not absent most times.
okay, so with your question, I feel like that thing about feeling weakness emotionally, like a father being absent emotionally, that's with the father in the house and out of the house. Because I know a few people who are like, yeah, I don't hug my son or I don't hug my daughter, especially when I'm in public, because then my friends will think, oh, he a punk, like he hugging his kids, like that's weird. But I feel like it's even more, I can definitely agree that it's even more of a sign of weakness if a father doesn't embrace their children. Because I left y'all and now I gotta be here, like I gotta hug y'all too, I gotta hold y'all hand too. So it's like, it just depends on the situation.
Yeah, my dad, with his dad, it was a pattern. So my dad taught my brothers the streets and stuff because his dad taught him that. And his dad didn't tell him I love you and all that type of stuff. So he wasn't big on affectionate.
Yeah.
But I think me now growing up as a young adult, I would say I think I need it more mentally than physically. Because physically and financially, because the shoes and stuff, sooner or later I'm gonna get it myself.
Yeah.
You can only do so much. It ain't always about money and all that. It's about mentally checking in with your kids, sitting down, hey, how are you doing? Or hey, I'm there for you regardless of what me and your mom got going on. I think that's more important now, but some kids just want to see their dad. You know, see their dad face make them better. But when me, I think mentally, I just, especially now that he's not here, it's a little more challenging. So I agree with that. Yeah, Jimmy.
Yeah, I was saying like there's trade-offs sometimes. I know like for certain households, if they're not making enough money and the father might have to work like extra long hours to make sure everyone has a roof over their head. Like that's something that it's kind of like out of their control. They gotta make money so that you can have a place to sleep. But then because of that, they may not be able to be there for you like physically or mentally. But I don't know, if they do have enough money to like support everything, then it's their own choice, I guess, for them not to be there for you mentally or physically. Because like showing up for my dad, like when I'm able to go play my sport and then see him on the sidelines, it just like sparks something.
Because as a parent, it's about a balance. I mean, each part is important, whether it's financially, mentally, physically. So as a parent, that parent has to find that balance to be there all the way around. Because yeah, they might be there physically, but financial is important too, because you still own these shoes, clothes, roof, whatever. But it's also important to be there emotionally, like you said. But it feels good to stand and see your daddy sitting there. You know what I'm saying? So as a parent, they just have to find that balance in the best way they feel work.
Absolutely. I definitely agree.
Good, you can start answering what you think. Now, you can start answering. The time is going to take over now.
I guess we can kind of piggyback off where we're already at right now with the discussion. Do y'all think that money or gifts can make up for the absence of a father? Who suffers the most, do you think, of a broken family?
I think the daughter suffers most because the daughter has her father because a daughter's father is their first love. And if they don't have that person to be in their life, they don't know what the love of a good man feels like because they didn't have their father to show them, hey, this is, how a man is supposed to treat you, or this is how a man is not supposed to treat you. So I think a daughter definitely suffers most.
I can get with that. With a son, I feel like the son suffers. Even though a daughter does suffer, like you're saying, I feel like a son, especially, I know I keep saying this, but a black son and his black father, that is like one of the tightest bonds ever, because just like the father shows his daughter how she should be loved, the father shows his son how he should love a woman, or how he should raise a family. Go, like, if you're gonna run the streets, he's gonna teach you how to run the streets, even though you shouldn't. But, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, a father is literally showing you how to be a man, even though, I did some things wrong. Let me show you how to make, fix my mistakes for you. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with the street sport. My dad, that was the only connection with my brothers. Is the only time they spend time together, my dad's teaching the streets. Especially in Louisiana, it's way more deeper. It's deeper everywhere, but he was already known for that. So definitely that was their only connection. And now my brothers suffer from it because they don't know how to do it with their boys now. Because they never had it, so I definitely agree with that.
I think the answer for everybody's kids, period, is,
like
I said, regardless whether it's the dad who leaves or the mom who leaves, at the end of the day, the kids are going to suffer down because everything that happens before them trickles down and falls to them. And let's be honest, parents' relationship with their son or daughter is vital in anything, because you have the effect of what that child is going to grow up and be like, or who they're going to be to other people, what choices they're going to make in life, if you understand what I'm saying. Because I know speaking solely from experience, I can speak for me and my brothers. I'm the only girl out of all boys. It was hard for years before we met the man that we call our daddy now, which is the man that's raising my mom. Before we met him, it was hard. Not only being a girl, but being a son too. Because for my brothers, they don't have their dad there to tell them what they should be doing as far as streets or chores or stringent to be a man. Because you know, a man is raised to be a provider, a protector of his family. So without that man being there to show you those things, how are you going to protect your family? How are you going to, when you have kids later on, like show them how to be the best parent that they can be to their kids and their kids. Because every day is a generation curse. And you got to be able to exemplify the issues and fix them before it starts trickling down on later in life. And speaking as far as myself being a woman who grew up without a dad for most of my life, there is things that you actually do need a daddy for that your mom cannot help you with. Yeah, your mom can tell you how to be a woman, but your daddy can tell you how to look and avoid things as a woman. You understand what I'm saying? So I think it's kids, period.
I think it's the mother that suffers, like, at least, like, the second most, because she has to, like, deal with stuff and most things, and if the man is paying for everything, then how is she gonna get a job if she doesn't have any money when he leaves?
That's true. That's true.
If others do have an effect to anybody else on this stuff?
I feel like it's the kids, because not only do they have to see their mom, their mother suffer from her spouse, they're also suffering, so they're seeing their mom suffer, which is making them feel like they have to do whatever they have to do, like they have to do extra work, they have to get a job because they see their mom suffering and they're like, I'm trying to help out, but they're just making them mentally worse and developing problems in their mind because they're having all this trauma piled on top of each other.
So,
I feel like it's equal, like for everyone. I feel like it's equal for the daughter, for the son, and for the mother because everybody suffers, everybody deals with it a different way. Like y'all said, the father shows the son how to be the man of the household, and the father shows the daughter how to let a man treat her and stuff. And yet the father also provides for his family and the mother is there. I feel like everybody suffers like an equal way but a different way at the same time. I feel like it's equal.
This is kind of separate. I'm sorry, this is kind of separate from the question a little bit, but even though it's a bad thing for a father to leave their family, it also can strengthen, I'm going to say for the male's point of view, it can strengthen them to the men that they don't want to do. So that they can tell themselves, I don't want to leave my kids.
I think it's definitely a domino effect. It starts with the children, and then the mama sees the children suffering, and then it's a pain for children to see their mother suffer because they had two dominant figures and they just lost one. So for them to lose one and just have one there sitting there, they can't, go out and provide for their family. It is really hard. I believe it's a domino effect. And I agree with what everyone has said so far.
Something says it's almost like working at a warehouse. If you've ever worked at a warehouse, you know about assembly lines. If one piece of that assembly line ain't working, the rest of the entire line don't work at all. And I do agree, because that kind of made me want to change my answer just listening to everybody's, because you do have to also take an accountability of the mother as well. Because that kind of also is what fuels most of the thoughts and most of the actions in the kid is seeing her mother. Because I know a lot of the time seeing my mom struggle, that used to irritate the life out of me. That used to make me just want to just go harder in everything that I did. But you also have to think about that mom. What if once again, like everybody said, that man was probably the sole provider, or was mostly what that family needed to make that assembly line work. So now that one piece is missing, you got this mom trying to figure out everything besides working, trying to make sure her kids is where they supposed to be at, trying to make sure they fed, trying to keep her job, trying to now pay bills, trying to do this, cut here, do this, 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 now taking on the job as a whole other person.
Yeah. And I think like in that way too, it's also kind of taking the mother away from the children, because now the mother isn't just in that traditional mother role.
She's playing mama and dad.
Good.
And that, like I said, that affects your kids even more, because not only is basically like you lost both your parents because you lost one, but now you technically just lost another one, because now the time that was spent on your mother supposed to be what she is. A mother is someone who nurtures her kids, who provides and protects her kids. That, you ever seen a mother care about her kids? I'm telling you, that's what a mother is. So now that you have taken on the role as a mother and a dad, you have taken her strength, the rest of what she was given to parent to her kids, and now she has to do that to even make the whole house work. That's stress on them as well.
That messes with a mother's mental. That definitely messes with a mother's mental. So you're not physically, not just physically taking the mother away. You're mentally, literally wearing her out. So she's like, all right, I gotta get you to school. Make sure you're there on time. If you got sports, I gotta pay for this. Hey, let me pay these bills. Hey, let me go to the grocery store. It's so much that a mother deals with mentally. And again, with my parents being married, I can still see it with both of my parents. Like, even though they're working as a team, it's still a million and one things that they have to do. So, first of all, shout out to all the single mothers who do it. Like, they do their thing. They're truly heroes. And so, what I can definitely appreciate is their mental capacity, their patience, because even as a child, even though we don't do as much as parents do, we deal with a lot. So, I can't imagine what a single mother deals with. I can't imagine what another period deals with. You keep up.
It is always the father's fault when we have
No, because sometimes they have to protect the child, because sometimes they're like in trouble, like if they did something out in the streets wrong and then people are coming after them and then now they have a child, they have to leave and not get the child hurt or the mother hurt.
Definitely, that was my father. He was absent with the younger ones because he looked at it as a serious time. That's what caused his death. So I definitely agree with that. Comes from it.
I think it's just pressure. You know, I think it's just pressure, and I think it's, you know, stressful, because I mean, they probably didn't think that they'd be at this point in their life, and they probably didn't think that they could take on the role of a father, and so to be, you know, absent, I don't think it's truly all.
I agree and disagree with that. I disagree because you laid down and you was a man, had a baby. You should have been a man. And you have some absent fathers who was like, what? Do you think it's a fault when a mother pushed that father out and they got their child thinking, yeah, it's just
depending on what the mother says, I feel like it's a fault of the mother. Because if you push that father out, but then it's like, oh yeah, your daddy left. First of all, you just a low-faced liar. Second of all, you're planting the wrong seeds in your child's head. So that's messing them up even more. And you mad when that child grows up to resent their father. Well, it's your fault because number one, you pushed them out. Number two, you lied about how they left. So I feel like it's still the fault of the mother.
Sometimes it's really not the father's fault, because sometimes you have these petty, bitter baby mamas that just want
I was gonna say, yeah, let's be for real. As adults, because that's basically who should be making these type of decisions when it comes down to even planning for a child. You should be at least well enough on your own without somebody else before you begin to think about these things. But that's neither here nor there. It takes two to tango. So it's up to both of them parents to make sure that they got their things right and in be here. That child did not ask to be born. So it's your job as a parent to make sure that you and whoever you chose to lay down with by your choice is making the best absolute life that you possibly can for a child that you decided to bring into the
And
world.
I agree and disagree with that, but my daddy was 14 when he had his first kid, so.
A child making
a
grown
child
decisions.
sometimes we do let these young teenage.
Also, none of y'all,
Don't
none of
even
y'all.
have a father already as it is. He already growing up with a father. So,
Make sure.
it's more difficult for him.
That's just how we
I was gonna say too, I know, like a lot of men are in situations where baby mamas are bitter. But being a parent, I can't speak for fathers, but even though the mother may not be easy to work with, as a mother, can't nobody keep my kids. So I'm also, even if my kids have different dads, so even if my kids' dad was like, no, we gonna do what we gotta do because I'm going to be in my kid's life. But that could be because I've been there since day one. So I feel like a lot of men give up. Like, you know, once the mother makes it hard, it's like, whatever. Me as a mother, I'm not doing it. So I feel like some men should just fight a little.
And I've seen on social media, I've seen somebody accused of rape, to really get this, and he's in jail now, absent away from his kids, just to really get him. And we do have some bitter big mamas that can get that low, and will really go to the court and sit their child down and really lie to their kids and say, you don't say this.
But that's just based off of what I was about to say. Honestly, that's another, once again, big decision in making these types of steps, especially like I said, bringing the child into the world. You gotta know who you're talking to. If you are already showing me red flags before I'm even with child, I'm not gonna go through with this because you will not potentially affect our child because we being toxic. You can't make two wrongs make a right. Ever. So, regardless of whose fault it is, y'all both should be grown enough to know that it's never gonna work if y'all ain't even got it together at all.
I feel like when a lot of times, like, parents, like, that are about to have a baby, they break up before they have a baby. Then the baby mama, she's all bitter and she's like, oh, you can't see the baby if you don't do this. And then the father's feeling a whole lot of pressure and they're kind of like just giving up on trying to see the baby at this point because they don't want to be with the baby mama. And then the baby mama is looking to her. They have, like, giving them an ultimatum, basically. And the father's either in a bad situation, they're tired of, like, the baby mama, or they're just not financially stable to take care of the baby, and they're feeling like they have to leave so they can be financially stable. And then some fathers that leave, they try to come back into the child's life and make it seem like everything's all right. Like, and they try to invest in.
Real quick, all I gotta say is whether the father is financially stable or not, whether it's the mother's fault or not, call your kids. Okay? Even if you have this, call your kids. If you gotta get a landline, get a landline. If you gotta use the phone by the post office, use the phone by the post office. Okay? Call your kids. Okay?
Since we're talking about fathers and family being affected, it's a question, how important is family structure?
10 out of 10.
And I want at least half the group to answer this question. How is family structure? You had your hand up? Go ahead.
I think it's really important to have like a good structure in the household. I mean, I can really relate because my dad was out of my life when I was born till I was 13. So it definitely just like take effect and it was different. And then you try to come back in and then like, I don't know what to do. You just came in and I was like, do I accept this? Do I not accept this?
You get your hopes up.
Yeah. That's an interesting.
Family structure is very important. You know, you have the father teach the son, you know, you have mother that teaches daughter, and like I said earlier on the other questions, a domino effect. You know, family structure is, you know, parents in general are the glue to what keeps their children together.
Yeah,
If there's no mother or father, those children are gonna break apart, you know.
Our saying is, until one of us 6 feet under, our child is 6 feet under, or one of us 6 feet under, we ain't gotta be together, but we gotta be this. I mean, like,
Make to make it forever. No, but piggyback on what he said, I tell my parents this all the time. I told my mom this other day. I'm grateful for my upbringing because a family structure that definitely disciplines you. It teaches you, it definitely teaches you how to act when you move around people, when you like, but also because I'm gonna keep saying this. I am a PK, bro. Okay, so this is what I do. So because my parents brought me up in the church, all I know is follow what the Bible says. Follow what the Bible says. All right, I'm gonna do that. However, hey, some of this stuff bad. So I gotta go to my parents. I'm like, I know the Bible says this, but because y'all have gone through different things, let me ask you. And if I don't have both parents to ask for different situations, then I know my life is going to be messed up, which means if I have kids, their lives are going to be messed up, and the generational curse continues. And that's something that I know with our generation, we try to break any type of generational curse. Because y'all see how our generation is, y'all all see, our generation, keep it above, our generation is very ignorant. Our generation is. So having both parents, having that family structure is everything, whether your parents in the house or not.
That's awesome.
Family structure is important because, like, family structure is important because well, if you need the father and the mother to come together, they don't have to be actually together. They need to at least make you see that they're together and that you're able to see your mom and your dad instead of them being apart and you having to do like different things with each other instead of doing things together that you want to do. And like we want to spend your birthday with your father and your mother, but you have to do it on separate days since they don't want to see each other.
I feel like they shouldn't have to like be together or shouldn't have to make you see like that together. I feel like they should at least be able to co-parent correctly.
Yeah.
I want to piggyback on what these ladies said. Like what she was saying, you should be able to co-parent, not as in, say, not grew up, but my parents are divorced now. So I'm glad that they were able to at least maintain a friendship with each other and not just be bitter. We can have little moments together, we can all three be together in one space and be comfortable.
Now that my dad gone, my dad had like 11-day mom sisters. Let's take my mom out. They all hang out with each other, meet up to spend time with kids, all that. They literally went on a trip the other day, went all of them, but it was at least 9 of them. Like, because at the end of the day, y'all still have kids that are related and they feel like we still family. Regardless if he cheated on me with you, it don't matter. We still family, we still have kids. It's already hard enough that we don't have the father in the picture. So I feel like family structure, and you never know life too short. I had to learn that too. Especially the death that is going around, especially with COVID and the killing. You know, like I said before, I lost 4 siblings to gun violence and 1 to domestic violence. So it makes our family more stronger, knowing that we already lost 5. You know, especially our siblings are bond and having family with my nieces and nephews. So it's important to have that friendship because life is too short. You never know. You could be here today with going on.
I just think it's important to have, just like she said, whether your parents is together or not, I think it's important to have both your parents just simply because, like, them is 2 different people with probably 2 different beliefs and values and probably 2 different backgrounds. Like, you can easily take lessons in life lessons and learn from both of your parents if you have both of your parents. But like I said, it might be the way that their parents used to bring them up growing up or something. Like, your parents might definitely have 2 different values, 2 different opinions on things. And it's always good to get 2 opinions instead of 1.
And I want to say this too for the kids out there. If your parents ever get divorced or if one parent leaves, know this, it is not your fault.
Yeah.
I think, oh, mom and dad got divorced, now it's my fault. And they, heck, sometimes it even comes down to suicide just because of that. But I just want to say that because I
People that also with kids being have to pick sides.
You don't have to pick sides.
Don't you ever feel like you gotta pick a side, and sometimes you gotta set up with something. It might lead around the wrong way, which is mom, daddy. That's between y'all. They got nothing to do with me. My dad to be here. Sometimes you gotta do that. And we got one last question before we wrap it up.
Also, to piggyback off that before we jump into the next question, again, as a person who, let's be honest, I didn't have either one of my parents for a lot of years early on in my life. Don't ever think that there's nobody out there that loves you, or that there's nobody out there that you can talk to. You can find a friend or a person. And a lot of people, like I said, whether that's your coach, whether, don't let people tell you it's lame to go see therapists, counselors, to write in a diary and a journal. Don't ever let nobody tell you things like that, because one thing about it, growing up, that's how I got into art. These are things that I used to cope with the loss of a parent. When I couldn't find anybody to tell how I felt, to express how I felt, when I felt like I did want to go jump off that bridge because of my life, that's what I turned to. Find you a friend, find you a counselor, find you an auntie that you love so much, find you something. Find you something.
You ain't gotta be blood to have them.
Blood does not make you.
Shout out to the pastor of Calvary Temple Baptist Church. You ain't blood related at all. He's the ex-father figure for me. This is my father figure, and it doesn't matter what your parents might tell you about the other parent. You make that choice.
Make your own decisions.
Make your own decisions
what
with
you
your
see
own
with your
parents.
own eyes.
Always. So this is a good question for everybody to go around and answer this question. Why should families stick together? Then we're gonna close out. Let's start off with you. Why should families stick together? And I don't have to get a long answer either, by the way.
I don't really know.
You didn't think it's like families should stick together because of support?
Supporting the children by staying together. You know, we're gonna get really hurt times and things. Sometimes
I think that families should stay together because, people do like what they want to do, but if you have a family that is there for you, you will be able to do what they want, that they do. So, it's just really important because you might get adopted by another family, but you probably don't like that family. So why I think families should stick together is because
It's important. Yeah. I like that.
If you don't know, you just say has to, or if you don't know that.
I was gonna say it could even be so simple as big prerogative for you, something really small.
families should stick together and they should love each other.
I think families should stick together because sometimes you have to financially support the children and the rest of the family. Y'all can still be together. When you want to raise a people for what a good couple should be, that's how you support others.
I feel like families should stick together, you know, your life.
think families should stick together because of, I said it before, the mental and emotional effect that it has on the child. And so, if you don't want your child to end up crazy, don't go crazy for another child. That's it.
I think it's because, family is, how I see it, is a tree, and your family is like the roots at the bottom of that tree. And so, a tree can have, a tree can have so many branches and leaves, but can only have a few roots down at the bottom. Family is the roots at the bottom of that tree. If you don't have family, you don't have nothing.
I think families should stick together because, like how you say, it's a domino effect. If your child will have a bad mental toll on that, that can affect how the child is treating, if they have children, treating their children, treating their friends too.
I don't think they have to, because it's like, if you guys have problems and they're not going to be fixed, I'd rather live, I think through experience, I'd rather live in a divorce household than toxic.
I think family. Woo! Okay, I think families should stick together for at least me and help you make better decisions. If I have my mother there, she gonna tell me, as a girl, you need to do this, but if I have a father, he'll be like, this is what I think too, though. Like, so it makes me make better decisions.
I feel like families should stick together because life is too short and we don't know when we're going to lose each other. We can all support each other throughout our journey with each other.
I think families should stay together. Then if families together, then you can hear both the sides of dad's side, you hear both sides of mom's side. Then the child will be great.
It's important for families to stay together, but more so siblings to really stick together.
I like that.
Because your siblings, your parents ain't always gonna be around, but your siblings, they for life. Even if y'all don't talk, even if y'all ain't cool like that, but y'all for life. Like, if you like, let's say at school, you have a sibling that go to your school, you get into a fight, your sibling's gonna probably come in and help you out because, like, that's your sibling.
It's basically like what Ray said, like, strong roots, and you like grow strong.
I really like that. I like it.
I was watching a Madea Goes to Jail.
Oh, that's right.
The scene where she was talking to Sonny and she had left and she was talking about people leaving her and there's nothing you can do about it.
Hey, keep watching it.
I think families should stick together because you're always gonna have that like base layer of something you have in common. Like you're always gonna have that familial support and that connection that you just won't have with anyone else.
Let me say this again. Family do not have to be blood. And so the family I have, all of them is not blood. So I feel like family should stick together because you get all you got.
When you think about it, when this world turns to go to nothing, you all
This is
Okay.
Thank you all. Before I know you're about to sing here, but before we get to that, thank you all for bringing in your perspective. Hi, KCBC, GC, wonderful, wonderful answers and thoughts and opinions. Don't forget Friday Fun Night. We'll be on March 31st, 6 to 8 p.m. at Also, we want to recruit more, so invite your friends to come down and be a part of this hype and KC, I want to make sure I got that right, KCBC, GC organization and collaboration that we got going on, okay? All right. For more information, go to ccon-kc.org.
Everybody stay where you are. Those of you that know the song, jump in. Just based on the information that I heard that you all were saying on the podcast, I think that it's cool to do the song we rehearsed yesterday. And I just called to say I love you. Can we just do the verse? Everybody can jump in. Y'all ain't gotta stand up for nothing.